Hey there guys, and welcome to some more Factorio. Today we are doing something a little bit different. We're going to take a base tour of my community vanilla server. So if you don't know, I have two servers running all the time for the community to play on. There's this server, the vanilla server, and then there's a modded, and I believe it's currently Bob's Angel server as well. And I did a quick tour visit of this a couple streams ago, and people really enjoyed it and started kind of playing on it some more and such. So I figured I'd do another tour and kind of show what's going on and what's changed if you did see the first one, and just let you guys know about it. If you don't, you can join my Discord, and there's all the info in there. There's a specific channel within the Discord for all the server info and such. If you want to play, it's open to anybody in the community, and it's a lot of fun. It usually resets every once in a while too. We've currently launched 1,230 rockets. So last time I was here, there was a ton of copper problems and just general resource shortages, and a lot of trains were messed up. And I was told that a lot of this has been fixed. So looks like they have a bit of a to-do list here. Please update this list. So to do, there's start transitioning to Megabase, remove temporary red circuits and relocate it, enhance the railway, working on it. New things, better labs, kept the layout, tried to help. This is really cool that they're creating lists here. So they did blue, red, and green circuit, boosted it, and keeping up for now. All smelters are upgraded, more nuclear power added, 13 belts of green circuits. That is a lot of belts. Fix some broke balancers. Trains now run on uranium fuel. Awesome. Eventually, all standard items recycled via buffer chest. Southeastern continent claimed from the insect menace. Southeastern. Okay, it looks like over here potentially. Wow, this is a wall. Damn, they have done a ton of work. I like this artillery. This is clearly for artillery here. I love it. So there's no one on right now, just because I didn't give notice that I was doing this, and I'm just on it kind of at random time. But I think people do play on here fairly regularly. There's a zoo over here. This is actually a really cool map in general. Production-wise, doing about 30k iron. I don't even know how much it's on. It looks like we are doing artillery range 7. That's 128,000 packs. That's pretty ridiculous. All-time production is pretty good. So let's take a look around here. 13 circuit belts. I see there's some here. So we have all this unloading. We have some steel unloading, which is actually interesting because I'm noticing, looks like someone's joining. Fantastic. I'm noticing that, so steel, this is unloading steel. So then steel load, where is that even? I don't even know where this is. I guess we could follow this train. Is it here? Okay, interesting. So if we just pull this up. So I didn't realize they had offsite smelters. Okay, very cool. So this is bot based. And, they're loading this into here. Looks like maybe it picks up some iron ore as well, which is good. And then, tons of outposts here. Of course, there's a huge uranium patch. Some of these are kind of dwindling, but not too bad. So it unloads steel. It unloads a ton of iron, which is then smelted here locally, it appears. So iron plate here. That is a lot of belts, man. Well, it's 12 belts, pretty sure. So this unloads and comes over here. And some of these go to circuits, and then some just go on the bus. Yeah, so these ones here just go straight to circuits. And this is a cool build. This is kind of like what I had in mind for my for the Tightening the Belt series. Once we get there, is pretty much something like this. This gives a full belt out, pretty much. And you can see how compact this is. So it's really, really nice. So it looks like, okay, so they're unloading like this. So this first one's like that, and then here and here. That's actually really cool, because yeah, this is gonna unload on that side, and this unloads on the other side. Why am I pink, by the way? I think it has to be pink. It's fine though. Okay, so then this comes over. Okay, so then that goes to a separate belt, and then we have two belts that come out and merge like this. Okay. Yeah, so a ton of work has been done. Okay, so this is like this. The copper is the same over there. So this goes to circuits. And this circuit build I had found quite interesting as well. It's a 1-to-1. Now with productivity modules, it's not exactly 1-to-1, but it's close enough to where this is better than doing a 2-to-3 once you get productivity modules in here, or 3-to-2 rather. So they grab the iron output on this side, and then output here. Now this looks to be like 2, 4, like 7 belts. Okay, and then there's more even up here. So, wow, this is a lot, and this looks like I'm not sure exactly. This looks like it's not even turned on potentially. Okay, so this was feeding here, and look at all this iron, man. There's just so much stuff being imported. This is nuts. Okay, so this guy comes down, hooks into here. So this is kind of like what I'm imagining, you know, for tightening the belt. Of course, it goes way faster when you have a ton of people working on it than with just me working on it. But we have all these coming in here. There's like a balancer here. It looks like 8-lane balancer, making some gears, 2 belts of gears here. Everything's blue belt at this point, of course. And this comes down. We split off. So our first production, there's modules here. This is kind of the mall or make everything, which is quite extensive at this point. It appears to make almost everything. I did request a night vision and didn't get one, so it looks like a couple things are maybe missing. Yeah, it looks like night vision is left out here for this stuff, but I was going to be upset if they like automated the discharge defense and not night vision, but it's not the case. So, man, these bots are quick too. What bot speed are we on? Wow, we're on bot speed 13. That's pretty darn good. Okay, sweet. So this comes up, and these guys come over here. There's a little battery build. So here's science. This is what our science looks like. So the science isn't actually that big, not nearly as big as I thought it would be to knock this out. I mean, geez, this is really expensive research. So they're all prod moduled. They're half beaconed-ish. Yeah, so half beaconed. Sorry, I'm like yawning a ton. Half beaconed and comes under here. Greens are about the same here. We were low on steel, so I added a massive new steel build over at L2. And then, let's see, so that's greens. Here's military, which says does take military, so this guy does seem to be lacking a bit on potentially ammo. And ammo is definitely low on copper. I'm not actually gonna, I could just spend forever like fixing stuff in here. But copper, okay, so this is why, because this is not a proper split off. And I'm not here to like necessarily critique, it's just an observation that, you know, this is only pulling from one belt, which at this point is only like 1/3 of the way or 1/4 of the way full. Whereas if you did a split off that pulled from all the belts evenly, like I do in tightening the belt, then this would be getting a lot more copper. Now, copper, I'm not sure why it's so low. I mean, these belts like came in full, right? What's happening here? Made a nice track crossing so you didn't die. Yeah, like that's really gonna help. I mean, this comes in full. This is like, something's really wrong here. Oh, okay, it's because we're only inputting 4, but we're like outputting 6. Is it just not? And then that just goes to circuits. Wow. I think they just need more copper smelting, honestly. Or different split-offs. But yeah, so besides that, this guy's going decently. We come over here to blue science, which is actually backed up. Usually, that's pretty surprising. It's actually very backed up. I mean, you can see how big this build is here, though. And he comes up and around and under. And then we have actually high tech before purple, which is kind of interesting. Let's see. I mean, this build is massive, man. Got these beacons in the middle, direct insertion. They are passing from inserter to inserter, which is kind of an interesting way to do it. It does allow for those beacons there, though. And this guy's backed up using the nice filter splitter. Purple science here as well, which is also backed up. And then I'm not sure where the silos are. Where are the silos? That's actually a good question. We'll have to find them. And then I want to look at the labs because they said they expanded them in that to-do list. Oh yeah, so quite a few. I mean, this is like fully beaconed and stuff. There's a lot of labs here. If we actually take a blueprint and kind of measure this out, there are 84 labs. But again, they're like fully beaconed and stuff here. Okay, here's a rocket. I'm guessing they have it on auto launch. It'd be kind of, yeah, launch. Boom, there we go. So launching these rockets, space science is definitely backed up. There's like 10K in here actually, which is pretty crazy. Artillery trains parked here. That's awesome. And then I saw something. So there's like multiple oil builds, I think, because there was an oil build. Oh, and they even have like little engineering trains. Man, this is really cool. Like the belt bases are just really neat. I mean, I'm still a huge bot base fan, but like just kind of the visual of a belt base is really, really cool. Okay, so yeah, there is this one oil build here. And I'm not sure. Okay, here's the oil train delivery. Look actually really cool on these diagonal stackers. And then there is this other oil build over, I lost it, over here, which I'm not entirely sure. That is a lot of coal. Holy crap, that is a lot of coal. So this is coming down to plastic, which is, so this whole thing is literally just for plastic. Like that's it looks like. And then this guy is here. So they have 4 lanes of plastic. That is quite significant. Oh, one thing I wanted to look at was, well, here's the rocket parts, which is pretty cool. I wanted to look at, so they have several blue circuit builds, 12 beacon design here. I want to look at the red circuit build. See what was going on here. Okay, so they have the cable on the inside on its own belt, and it comes over and then supports these. This some nice belt weaving here as well. Is this really the only red circuit build for this whole base? No, there's another one, I think, because these are coming from over here. Oh wait, is that running? Wait, what? What's happening? These come, okay, so these are like way over here. All right. So you can kind of see how this developed naturally. You know, stuff is kind of all over in different places, which I think is really cool. Okay, so there's that, and then mostly outpost power. There's only these couple little solar layouts, which would say to me that they are running pretty much solely on nuclear power. So that's theme. Trying to find it. Here's rocket fuel production. See if we can find the power here. Here we go, man. Damn. So yeah, this is a nuclear build. This is definitely a pretty beefy nuclear build here. We have we're using 3.2 gigawatts. Have almost 1,000 turbines going. Yeah, there's hardly any solar panels here. But even at this scale, nuclear isn't bad. I mean, you can see, I just pulled up the time used. We're only at like 5 or 6 when it was really high update time, which is not much. I mentioned this before, but you start dropping below 60 UPS at like 16.6 update time. So, and this changes, the update time is obviously going to depend on like your computer and hardware and stuff as well. But, you know, for me, we're not even a third of the way there, about a third of the way there. So this is actually running quite well overall. I mean, you can really see the belt optimizations kind of taking place here. Might be overkill. I mean, really, it looks like the bottleneck is military science, which is obviously the piercing ammo, which I pointed out. So this guy, Temp 1, is there somewhere we can go use this artillery train? And the biters are like, I'm pretty sure the biters were default here, and this is just what happens with default biters is once you get farther out like this, it kind of just becomes a death world, just because of how the biter like expansion and spawning works. Oh man, that is some oil. Geez, that is 16,000%. I mean, look at the size of these. These are some really nice patches though. And this is vanilla generation. This is actually pretty impressive, pretty good vanilla generation. Usually it does not generate patches nearly this nice in my experience. That, 118. It's actually cut off, so it's probably more like 130, 140 million right there. Yeah, so copper is a problem on that military science, which unfortunately is going to require, I think, quite a large upgrade. Because we're only feeding 4 belts. In. So we're only feeding 4 in, but we got 6 coming out here. Where do these bottom ones go, actually? I've lost it. Here we go. So these guys come all the way down. Do these even go to anything? Okay, so these two go to the low density structures and the cable, it looks like, for some red circuits. It's these main 4 that are kind of not... So, okay, well, this is something we could actually fix because... Yeah. We're not going to, like, play on here for much in this video. This is mostly a tour, and just to let you guys know that this is a thing, this exists. If you want to play, it's a lot of fun. So this is like the split off, like they used it here. I don't know why it was just like randomly not used. This is a double-sided, which I don't have a blueprint of at the moment. Like this one. If we... Stop it! If we take this up, should have construction bots in here somewhere, right? Oh man, look at him go. Woohoo! Okay, so he's gonna go there, and then can I like get... I really wish you could ghost something that you didn't have in your inventory. That would be really wonderful. Okay, so they're gonna do that. And then this one, okay, so this is what went here. I do like that when it's marked for construction, the bots, or the belt stops. Okay, so let's do that. Do that. And that should do it. And so this is going to be a proper split off now, which should help, because this is then pulling, because you can see the difference, right? When it was just pulling from one line, it was not doing great. But then now it's pulling from all 4 lines, which is giving a much better line. Now this kind of works. It does work to an extent. I still don't think it works very well. I think it's still throughput limited potentially, or the pulls kind of like just shuffles it down, but whatever. That's not what we're short on. We're well, let's take 10 copper. But this should like kick this thing into high gear here. In fact, if anything, well, like half these aren't even exporting. I don't get it. I feel like some of this stuff wasn't quite finished, which is fine. You know what happens. All right, there we go. So, yeah, for some reason these guys weren't... I don't know if that was on purpose. I can't imagine that it was intentional. And then we're out of copper again, but... Yeah, this line is still not full. I mean, the power of beacons is just ridiculous here. Now that is a line of copper. That is a really long line of copper, but it seems to work. I mean, all the science is backed up except the military, and that's probably what's holding up this science. Copper is suffering, but he's going to run in some more lines, which is awesome. And yeah, I'm not sure like when this is going to be reset or not. I think there's definitely still a lot to do. You know, I mean, you can see on the thing like I showed initially, they marked, you know, transition to megabase. I would say this is actually possibly considered a start of a megabase. Can't really see science production because it's backed up. Like, I don't think this is accurate because a lot of it's backed up. Okay, so like 350. This should definitely be doing more than 350, I think. So yeah. But still, I mean, there's still quite a bit to be done here, guys. So if you're interested, hop on, join the Discord. I always link my Discord down in the description of all my videos, pretty much. You can join that, and then in there's like a server info and a server discussion channel. The info one will have the info to join this. It's just completely vanilla, and I give you the password, and then you know, definitely the more people the merrier. You know, that play, just obviously follow follow rules, no trolling and all that, no, no just tearing up entire builds without asking people and such like that. Play nice, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. I used to play on here a lot more often until I got busy. I do hope to play on here more often now that my schedule is a bit more free. So yeah, there you go. It's coming along quite nicely. I mean, everything's done. We're all teched up here. All non-infant research is done, but kind of hit a dead end here with this rail line. Let's see here. Man, it's so much uranium. Vanilla seems to give a huge amount of uranium. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, there's no way you're ever going to use this much. Even for nuclear artillery or something, they're still not going to. These little artillery things. Oh, so they opted to go piercing ammo gun turrets rather than lasers, which is interesting. Huh. I mean, piercing ammo, or uranium ammo, I meant to say, is, especially with gun turret damage 10 and bullet damage 10, it's actually extremely powerful. Like, potentially better than lasers. It's really, really good. But I think that's going to do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and, I will kind of do these periodically as things progress and such. And yeah, I may visit it more on stream, so definitely join if you're interested. And leave any thoughts, questions, and such down below as always. But until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.